Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's Friday evening video, obviously a preview of Sunday afternoon's Rangers v Celtic game, final league game of the 2024-25 season, a chance for Celtic to restore the natural balance in Scottish football by beating Rangers and putting them back in their place, which is clearly second best in Scotland. In today's video, we're going to have a wee look at my predicted lineup, predicted score, some stats of the game, plus reflecting on Brendan Rodgers' press conference this afternoon and the rather disappointing news, primarily about Jota, but also regarding Johnston too. So, cracking on with the video, Celtic will be playing Rangers for the final time this season in game at Ibrox, 12 noon kickoff on Sunday the 4th of May. A game for Celtic to get a degree of revenge for the last two defeats, where Celtic really haven't turned up for the contest and have lost disappointingly 3-0 at Ibrox at the start of 2025, and then probably even more disappointingly 3-2 in home match back in March, 6 weeks or so ago. Now, having a wee listen to Brendan Rodgers' press conference this afternoon, it was the usual load of nothing terribly very interesting, apart from the injury updates. There was the rather disappointing news that Jota has damaged his cruciate ligament in his knee. Brendan Rodgers was suggesting he's going to be out for at least 6 months, more likely 9 months, and so it doesn't look like we'll be seeing Jota playing for Celtic until after Christmas and New Year of 2025, and so not really expecting to see him back in Celtic colours until 2026. The fact that he is to be out for at least 6, if not 9 months, does suggest that he's going to go for some form of surgery, which does sound like it's his anterior cruciate ligament, and such injuries can be rather dodgy to come back from, and not terribly unusual for players never to be quite the same, or some players never to actually get back to playing football because the knee never really fully recovers. However, crossing our fingers for Jota that he'll be able to get back to full football, and most players who do have anterior cruciate repair do get back to playing football, back to their usual levels. So crossing our fingers, as I say, for Jota. Brendan Rodgers also said in the press conference that Johnston is going to be out probably for another couple of weeks or so. He's had a recurring hip problem and has an injection in his hip. Sounds like the plan is to keep him out of the next few fixtures, maybe looking to get him back into the St Mirren match, which is the last game of the season, and then that would then allow him to play in the cup final against Aberdeen the following weekend. Better news is that Yang is back in training, and they are going to assess him to see whether he is able to play on Sunday. Nicholas Kuhn apparently has had a minor knee problem, has proven with scans and tests to just be a bit of bruising, and Kuhn missed out on training today, but I suspect that he'll be fit and fresh to play on Sunday against Rangers. And apparently Dyson Maida also missed training today on Friday, but he's fully expected to play on Sunday, and certainly Rodgers didn't give any indication that Maida will be missing on Sunday. No actual formal update on Kasper Schmeichel. However, he has been back in training, back handling the ball, and so I suspect that he'll be back playing for us in a week or so's time. And it may be they're also looking to get him back in for the St Mirren match, the last game of the season, with a view to getting him playing in the cup final at the end of the month against Aberdeen, but no actual return plan laid out, but that, reading between the lines, looks like what's going to happen. Looks like Celtic otherwise have a full squad to choose from, apart from Dane Murray, who's going to be out for the rest of the season, but I doubt he was ever going to be in consideration for the Sunday game. So, based on Brendan Rodgers' press conference, my predicted lineup is going to be Viljami Sinisalo in goals, Anthony Ralston at right back, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales in central defence, and Greg Taylor at left back. If I was picking the team myself, I would have Trusty at left centre back and Jeffrey Sloop at left back, simply because they're much better defenders, I think, than Scales and Taylor. A lot of Rangers' best play does come down that right-hand side, and we need Taylor defending more probably than in midfield and attack, and he certainly is a potential weakness in that he has a lack of height, isn't the best for defensive positioning, and isn't the speediest player for recovery. Similarly, Austin Trusty, when he's playing at his best, doesn't tend to be a player who's knocked off the ball, dispossessed, or bullied by the opposition attackers. I think Rangers do have a couple of players in Dezers and Igamani who can give Liam Scales problems. And for that reason, I would pick Austin Trusty, but I'm sure Rodgers is going to stay loyal to Liam Scales, as he does seem to have Liam Scales as his particular favourite. Otherwise, I think the team's very predictable. I think the midfield three will be McGregor, Hatate and Engels. Out wide on the right, Nicholas Kuhn. Looked like he was coming back to really good form against St Johnstone last weekend. In the middle, Adam Ida, and out wide on our left, Dyson Maida, and gives him a final chance to get at and torment James Tavernier, because there's very strong rumours that Rangers will be clearing out quite a number of players over the course of this summer, and apparently Tavernier is the top of the chopping block for any new manager coming in. And it would be great to see Dyson Maida doing his usual torment of Tavernier on our left, their right. There are also some disappointing rumours that several big English Premier League sides are looking to sign Dyson Maida in the summer. A fee of 25 million has been stated. Clubs such as Liverpool and Arsenal are said to be keen to sign him, although none of those offers or interest appears to have been formalised. But certainly a lot of rumours circulating regarding Dyson Maida being very much a player under many rich, more prestigious leagues, big teams' microscope to bring in this summer. Moving on to a prediction for Sunday's game, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Celtic. I think the key areas that Celtic have to win the battles in, obviously in midfield. I think McGregor, Engels and Hatate at their best can fully control midfield. It's been an area where we have struggled in the last couple of games. I think Cal McGregor is back to good fitness. I think Ria Hatate has been playing very consistently all season. And both Taylor and Ralston can push forward into the midfield to reinforce things. And Kuhn and Maida also obviously are good at dropping back to help midfield and dropping back to help the fullbacks as well. I think also the pace of Kuhn and particularly the pace of Maida will be important. And I think also having Adam Ida as that outball, that player to hold things up or to act as an aerial threat, I think all those areas will be important against Rangers on Sunday. And I think the one other key thing we have to do is to avoid giving away an early goal, as that has been the key to the last two defeats in January and most recently in March. Looking at some of the stats for the Celtic and Rangers fixture over the last 10 Celtic Rangers matches. Celtic have 5 wins, Rangers 3 wins and 2 draws. Looking at the all-time stats, Celtic and Rangers had an incredible 426 games in all competitions. Celtic 162 wins, Rangers 168 wins, 96 draws. One or two other wee interesting stats. In the last 5 Celtic Rangers matches, the first goal of the game has been within 7 minutes. And looking at the last 26 Celtic v Rangers matches, the team that has scored first has won 21 times, lost once, and drawn 4 times. And so clearly getting that first goal is a big key to winning the Celtic Rangers match. And hopefully Celtic can get off on the front foot, not let Rangers get a foothold early on, stop Rangers getting an early goal, and then apply the pressure further and further. As I said, I'm quite confident that Celtic will win by a couple of goals on Sunday. One of the reasons I'm also quite confident that Celtic's going to win on Sunday is over the last 8 league games against all oppositions in Scotland, Rangers have conceded 17 goals, and in those last 8 league matches, they've conceded at least 2 goals in every match. And so it does suggest their defence, their goalkeeper, their defenders, their midfield defence are all rather shaky at the moment. And for that reason, I'm confident that Celtic are going to get some goals, and I think Celtic will be stronger and firmer at the back than the last couple of games. Looking at the games so far this season between Celtic and Rangers, of course, we started off the season with a brilliant 3-0 win at Celtic Park back in September. Then we won the League Cup final in December, 3-3 draw after 90 minutes and extra time, winning the game 5-4 on penalties. Combination of 5 well-taken penalties by Celtic and a good save by Schmeichel from Yilmaz gave Celtic the League Cup trophy back in December 2024. Then we've had 2 disappointing games. It's 3-0 defeat to Rangers on the 2nd of January, and even more disappointing, as I said, 3-2 defeat at Celtic Park on the 16th of March. So around 6 weeks ago. No other major news coming out of Celtic at the moment. And so we'll leave things at that point. Just finishing off with a polite suggestion for a few things. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Completely free of charge, no obligation, but it does make me so happy when the subscriber numbers go up and up, and it does obviously mean the channel and Celtic Football Club gets seen by more and more folk on YouTube. Do feel free to pop your own thoughts regarding the team lineup, the tactics, and the predicted score for Sunday's game. And a wee reminder that at the moment on the channel there are a couple of polls, Player of the Year for the Celtic men's side and Player of the Year for the Celtic women's side, and there also are a couple of wee short videos promoting the vote, plus 2 longer videos which gives a profile of the players and their stats for the season. So do have a wee look at those, and do please, if you can, vote in the David67 community section channel vote. Planning to do a wee post-match review on Sunday evening, or more likely Monday morning, and hopefully we can celebrate a nice convincing win for Celtic, keep the confidence going, keep us going for the last few league fixtures leading into the cup final at the end of the month against Aberdeen. And so until the next video, good luck Celtic against Rangers on Sunday, and hail, hail.